indeed trying in his attempt to break it, Vegito finally lets out, "For something so thin and light, just how could it be this strong? Are all weapons of the gods like this? Or could it be that just whatever's inside this is even stronger than me?" But trying to bat away such a thought, Vegito then grunts out, "Don't be ridiculous. Holy magical warriors with their holy magical swords. Probably some kind of weird seal preventing it from being broken. That's all. And that's all there is to it." Before Vegito then begins lifting his left hand and continuing, "Besides, whatever this blade is, it's mine now. The stronger it is, the more useful it will be against those two." Before eventually raising his arm right into the sky and immediately creating a time portal. But just as fast, Vegito moves his arm again and opens a second portal right in front. "I'll make use of you one day." Before quickly tossing the blade into the unknown timeline. And with that said, Vegito would then approach quickly the final time portal in front of him, saying as he steps foot, "Now, it's finally time to get back to dismantling the gods. Or at least what's left of them." Before eventually disappearing just as swiftly as the blade of destruction before him. But soon the scene shifts to a strange but familiar toddler-like creature holding a tablet that is indeed watching Vegito's every move. And when the scene zooms out, it is of course an awestruck Zeno, with his carefully watching royal guard in the background, as with a youthful yell, the Omni King says, "Wow, Son Goku has gotten really strong now, hasn't he? He even beat that cool sword guy. He used to be so much fun to watch, and now Son Goku has his power too. Doesn't that make him nearly as strong as you now, Dai?" Soon revealing that this Dai character was actually referring to the Dai Shinken himself, as the Grand Priest reacts, "Stronger than me?" Under his breath, the Dai Shinken would then bow his head, and with a visibly triggered face would whisper, "Don't be ridiculous. No, Zeno-sama, he isn't quite on my level yet. You know firsthand that nobody's power entertains you more than mine. Isn't that right, my lord? I'm afraid that Saiyan has a long way to go still, even if he somehow managed to deal with gods." And in response to this, with an innocent smile, Zeno would say back, You're right, Dai. I've never had more fun than when I watch you fight. You're the coolest ever. But Son Goku is pretty fun to watch too. You should really send the rest of the 5 strongest to fight him, just like you did with Guts." But before suddenly Zeno's tone and mannerisms change instantly, creating a dark atmosphere, as Zeno then says coldly, looking at the Grand Priest without blinking, "If you ever try to ruin my fun behind my back again, you will be sent to the same place as your brother." No, not there! Leaving the Grand Priest for the first time in the series in complete fear and paralysis, as his trembling body can't help but move involuntarily as he whispers, Yes, my lord. I will send the rest of the 5 at once. Please, forgive me." But soon, once again, the scene shifts to an unfamiliar sight. A landscape of mountains with 2 finger-like apparitions standing atop one of them. But as we move in closer, it is revealed to be Arak, god of destruction of Universe 5, meditating peacefully behind a makeshift fire, while his angel Cookatail stands silently behind him until, with a hint of trepidation, the angel would let out, "My lord, I am afraid Lord Jin has now fallen too. You remain now as one of the last 3 gods, and I remain as one of the last 3 angels. Inevitably, the God Killer will be coming for us next. If not today, it will be tomorrow. How do you choose to proceed? Do you want me to summon our universe's greatest warriors in response?" But Arak, seemingly unbothered and still with his eyes closed deep in meditation, would just say back, "No. Sullying those innocent warriors with our debt will do nobody any favors. Unnecessary bloodshed is not what I desire. When he arrives, we will stand tall as the gods we are, and face this evil head on. Do not be fearful, Cookatail. We have faced far worse in the past, with the likes of Lucifer. This character, he's still just a mortal." But just as Arak says this, in front of both the god and angel, a time portal suddenly opens, much to the shock of the duo. And of course, a familiar foot steps out and says, "Just a mortal." At this point, I'm not even surprised you gods still say that like it's an insult. Just another example of your contempt for those you rule over. But I do have a question. After everything I've done, everything you've seen, can you really not tell by now? I am not mortal anymore! As a base Vegito is finally revealed in a monstrous sight, as on his left arm, his cell tail is let loose, while on his right, completely, it has become a loose wave of signature pink margin goo, as the once pure Saiyan showcases his tri-hybrid android margin in Saiyan